couple things we hadn't done is we haven't used postal truck yet, and we have yet to do any contract work. This is sort of contract work. It is 2:20 in the morning. We on January 7th. We are in Wilson, North Carolina right now. Put a little fuel in the truck. This was a little bit different than anything we've done before. You know, typically we try to find spot loads on the load board. We're trying to kind of stay local. I got to make some money, man. I'm sick of being broke. Sick of using excuses of why I'm broke when all I got to do is just get out here and run it. You know, my other truck ain't ready yet, so, you know, we're running Big Blue again. You know, she just had to get the mileage put on her. Had to stay in a hotel, but a couple things we hadn't done is we haven't used postal truck yet, and we have yet to do any contract work. This is sort of contract work. It was on the load board, but it showed just a full payout plus accessorials. Thanks for that word, Mike McKelvey, because I don't know what I was saying before, access of Royals or something like that. I have no idea, but it wasn't the Kansas City Royals. Anyway, it pays. It's paying good money. I'll put it up on the screen, but it's paying good money, and I'm not 100% sure of the details. I got them yesterday, and I'm headed up here to Garner, from Garner to Morrisville, North Carolina, which is a few miles away. And from Morrisville up to Sparrows Point, Maryland, which is just east of Baltimore a little bit. From there to 2 miles up the road, there's another spot in Sparrows Point, apparently. From there, I think it goes to Upper Marlboro, Maryland, which is probably 20, 30 miles east of Washington, D.C. I think that's where the break is for the 10-hour reset, where I'll have to spend the night. I'll have updates. I'm not 100% sure. But from there, we leave tomorrow. We go back to Graham, North Carolina, drop a box from Graham back up to Garner. And that's a wrap, man. You know, day and a half's worth of work, you know, $150 on a hotel maybe. I don't know. I'm putting fuel in now. I got super small tanks, so if you get bigger tanks and think like, you know, my tanks ain't big at all, man. I got 100-gallon tanks on each side, but I'll be able to get this whole thing done. I'll be able to get this whole thing done in a tank of fuel. We're about to hit the road. We're going to Garner first. We'll see you when we see you.
In the fast-paced world of Amazon Relay carriers and truck drivers, staying connected and getting immediate support is crucial. That is where the GroupMe app comes in. Introducing the brand new GroupMe community exclusively for Amazon Relay carriers and truck drivers. This dedicated group chat has been created as a lifeline for drivers, connecting them quickly wherever they need help, advice, or just a friendly ear while out on the road. Imagine being stuck at a facility, unsure of what to do next, or needing instant guidance on requesting a callback from ROC. With the GroupMe app, help is just a few taps away. Whether it's navigating the app's features, such as inputting important trip notes or adjusting timestamps, or seeking advice on the best approach upon entering a facility, the GroupMe chat is a reliable source of information and support. We understand that big companies can often make communication challenging, but with GroupMe, we're breaking those barriers and keeping drivers on the go, ensuring they never miss a beat. The real-time interaction and collaboration within the GroupMe community mean that drivers can stay connected with their peers, sharing invaluable insights, overcoming hurdles, and keeping the wheels turning. Join the revolution in communication for Amazon Relay carriers and truck drivers. Download GroupMe and be a part of the fastest-growing support network on the road. GroupMe. Driving connections, empowering drivers. Download now.
All right, we got I forgot I took all my tools out, and then I had to put the essentials back in. There's a couple things I forgot. I gotta go ahead and get some. I gotta wash my hands. 2, I gotta get a receipt. 3, I gotta get some wire cutters. So let's go get us a receipt first. Let's go get us some wire cutters. I think I want these. We're at RDU1, excuse me, up here in Garner. And load ain't ready yet. This is the first stop. So we'll see how this thing goes. It's 3:45. I'm just now supposed to be here. Standard departure time's at 4:30. So we'll see what happens from here to there. Everybody on the GroupMe app is interested to see, and so am I, is how this thing's gonna get paid out if anything gets canceled. There's a lot of legs in this. There's 8 total stops. So I'm curious to see myself how this thing's gonna turn out. But the load ain't ready yet. As soon as we get it, we're gonna head over to Morrisville. It's about 20 miles away, if I ain't mistaken. 17 miles away according to the Garmin GPS. But from there, we're gonna head it up to the Sparrows point. But as far as right now concerns, to kick this thing off, we're not quite ready to go. The load ain't here yet. So, you know, stick around. I got me over here in the middle of all these trailers instead of truck parking, which is fine by me. I'm over here by myself. I ain't got all, you know, there's some lights. But anyway, as soon as we get this okay, man, we're going to go grab this trailer. We're going to take off down the road. Hopefully it's 3:45. Here's the problem, man. Like, I wish this thing would have left just a little bit earlier. Why? You know, I like driving in the middle of the night, especially if I got to head to these bigger cities, man. I got to get up 95. Richmond's going to be hell in rush hour traffic, and I got a feeling that's where I'm going to be at. But once you pass through Richmond, man, you get up there in that DC traffic, Baltimore traffic, God knows it, man. It's all a headache. And if I ain't mistaken, Amazon holds you responsible for traffic you can't control. I may be wrong about that. Somebody let me know. But if I ain't mistaken, like, that's a carrier issue if you're late because of traffic, you know, even though they scheduled this thing out. So, again, I'm curious to see how all of this affects anything. But, you know, we'll see, man. We're waiting on this load, and then we're going to hit the road running, man. Let's go. Morrisville, check. This one I wasn't real sure how to get to. There's a lot of construction going on, but I found it. There ain't a whole lot of room back here. It's pretty tight. Today's the day I'm glad I've got the daycare. You know, it's pretty tight right here. But anyway, drop it off at 107. He's got me pulling up the door 106 right here, and it's showing it's showing a load with a black dot. Maybe somebody can answer this question for me. Any other time I picked up a preload of empty trailers to take somewhere, it's just been the circle without the filled in black dot. But this one has the black dot. He says it's a load of empty carts. Whatever gets me moving. My scheduled departure time from here isn't until 7:06 in the morning. It's 4:47 now. I don't want to wait around for 2 hours. I got to do what I got to do. I get that. But I do not want to. It's just about full from what I can see in the door. You know, right here's my trailer. This is the door I went in right here. And so I parked right beside it. So we'll see, man. We'll see how this thing goes, and hopefully we can get out of here before 5:30. Hopefully we can get out of here before 5:30. Says he's gonna call me. He's got my phone number. If nothing else, I'm sitting right here beside the door. He can come grab me. But still interested to see how this thing all works out in the end. So stick around. They beating on something out there. Stick around. When this light turns green, we get out of here. I'm hoping we can get past Richmond before rush hour, but it's highly doubtful, man. It's so highly doubtful. So anyway, let's sit around and wait for this thing to go green. It's red right now. All right, good morning, everybody. I'm at my second Sparrows Point, Maryland stop. They changed my schedule a couple of times on the way up here. Leaving Morrisville, North Carolina early this morning, I wasn't supposed to leave until 7:06. It was supposed to be a 17,000-pound load of empty carts. And the guy calls my phone and says, "Hey, look, man, I'm getting you the hell out of here. So you got about 2 rows of carts up there. If you want more, wait around. If not," I was like, "Nope, I'm out of here." And stopped once up just north of Richmond, and used the bathroom. My back teeth were floating a little bit, so I had to go to the bathroom, and finally got up here. It was about 30 minutes ago. It's 10:57 now. We got here about 10:25. Man, there's everything over here. There's everything over here. There's like 2 or 3, if I'm mistaken, 3 different Amazons. There's an Under Armour distributor. There's like the same size as these Amazon places. There's Under Armour. There's Floor and Decor. There's East Coast distributors. There's McCormick, the seasoning, McCormick. All that stuff's right here in this same spot. But I went to the other one. They changed it to a bobtail. They got me over here. From here, I got to go. It's showing 11:42. I'll be there. So about 45 minutes away, I guess, to get to Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And from there, I'm picking up an empty. But according to the guy up front, they had changed it in my trips page that the load was ready, this one. I don't know what it is. It could be more carts. It could be product. I have no idea. But this was going to Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And from there, I'm picking up an empty and coming right back to the one I think it's like a mile around the corner on this little industrial road. So if I can make it back there, because I'm not technically supposed to get my 10 hours in until I'm supposed to be getting my 10 hours in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. I'm supposed to pick up there, and between there and here, back here again, is supposed to be my 10 hours. I know my load won't be ready because it's not supposed to be ready until tomorrow. But if nothing else, maybe they can give me an empty coming out of Upper Marlboro, and I can bring it right back over here because I've got plenty of time on the clock, man. I did pretty good today. I still got to get my 10 hours. But look, hey, if that load's ready when I get here, I doubt it. But if it is, we're going to hump it back as far as we can get back. But until then, I'm about to hook this trailer up so I can hit the road and hope for some readiness when I get there, at least an empty wise anyway. They got to be able to sign me some sort of an empty. But if not, then I'll figure it out when I get down there and keep y'all posted, man. Appreciate y'all sticking around with me. All right. Upper Marlboro, my man in here is on it. He said them boys over there MTN6 where I just come from. When I got there, he said, you way early, man, and you ain't supposed to be there like 2 o'clock or whatever it was. But I said, look, it's showing in my trips page that this load is ready. And he said, well, let me double check. And it took him about 5 minutes or so, but he finally came back to me at the gate, said, go to whatever door it was, and pick your load up. And here was my dilemma. I'm out of breath because I done ran my fat ass across this parking line, trying to make sure this idle shut off didn't cut off on me on this truck. But I'm supposed to take my 10 hours between here and going back to MTN 6. So I was hoping that I could get my empty, get back over to MTN6, which is in Sparrows Point, and then find a hotel there because my load is coming out of MTN6 in the morning at 4:14. So it looks like that's going to happen for me. I'm super early today. I still got some time on the clock. I've already hit my 30-minute break. I'm about to back this one up. This load is going up the door 107. My empty's coming out of 104. My man's already checked me out. I'm set this camera over here to the side, man, get a big wide angle view of the parking lot over here. It ain't a big one, but it is a big one. It's way bigger than the one in Kinston, but the parking lot is about the size of the one in Kinston. It ain't very big. But enjoy the B-roll, man. Let's get this thing hooked up. Let's get back over to MTN6, drop this empty off, and see if we can't find us a hotel room for the night, man. I ain't got to be back over there until 4:14 in the morning. It's only 12:23 right now. Let's go, man. A little B-roll for you. It's 2:48 and I'm in a room. All right, got me a room. Got my empty back over to Sparrows Point, and they took it. Load's obviously not ready. It won't be ready till 4:14 in the morning. It's supposed to be. I think my departure time in the morning is 5:30. So tomorrow should be a pretty simple day, man. Granted, we ain't got no issues with the truck. No traffic issues. I'll probably check out of here at like, I don't know, 3:15. Head over there. It's about 20 minutes away from here. So if I get there by 3:30, 3:40, I'll be in good shape. My man that was over there in Upper Marlboro said today that the dudes over here in Sparrows Point do a pretty good job of getting everything together. I'm going back to DCA1 is the one I'm going back to. That's one I went back to earlier. I said MTN6. It's not MTN6. There's so many daggone letters and numbers, and you know, you can't keep up with all of them. And on an 8-leg tour somewhere you ain't been before, it's, excuse me. But anyway, I got about 12 hours before I got to get up. I don't know if I've ever in my life slept 12 hours, but what I'm gonna do right now is I got some food here in the room already. I brought some of Mama's leftover hamburger steak, with gravy, grilled onions, sauteed mushrooms. Oh yeah, thank you, Mama. But I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna work on a little bit of video editing, see if I can get, you know, one of these weeks caught up. I'm like super far behind, man. But anyway, I appreciate y'all riding with me today. We got 2 more legs tomorrow. We got to go from here in Maryland down to Graham, North Carolina, from Graham back to Garner, and that's a wrap. It shouldn't take too long to do all this. Again, traffic, loads are ready. We should be good to go. I think it's supposed to be done tomorrow around 3:30, I think is what it is. I think that's what time, 3:30 tomorrow afternoon. So anyway, we'll see you in the morning. hoping for the best. I haven't checked my Amazon schedule yet, which would tell me if it is or it ain't. They say load ready, load not ready. Anyway, we're going. Why did I go to floor 2? I don't need to be on floor 2. Is it that early? We got plenty of sleep. The boys on Group Me were blowing it up last night. In trouble, fellas. Every 30 seconds for a couple of hours. But anyway, something smells way better down here than it did. What the hell am I supposed to do? That's the X. Fucking on my way. I have no idea. I think that's where I came. It smells way better down here. It did stay on my floor. It smells like, it smells like fresh towels down here. Something. It smells like fucking. It smells like straight curry upstairs. The whole floor. And this whole floor smells great. So, anyway, let's get checked out. We're gonna fire this truck up and head over there, man. Y'all ride with me this morning. All right, let's go get in this thing. She's saying I need to do a TikTok. I don't really do TikTok, but you know, I ain't against it. Do I need to do a TikTok? Let me know down below. All right, so it's 10:33 right now. I'm in Graham, North Carolina. I made it back. Traffic was smooth, oddly enough. DC was a little crazy coming through 5 in the morning. Richmond was a little stop and go here and there, but it wasn't too terribly bad on 95. But once we got past Richmond and we hit 85 up in Petersburg, and from Petersburg all the way to here, man, it's been smooth sailing. Hadn't really even had to come out of cruise control at 70 miles an hour, but I thought we was gonna be able to make it on one tank of fuel. I got about just over an eighth of a tank left. I ain't too far from the light coming on, so I'm right here off the 152 at the Love Station, which is right around the corner. I'm 5 minutes away from RDU 9, which is the Graham location. Waiting on what I thought was somebody who was gonna move his truck, but apparently people just ain't courteous enough anymore. PSA, truck drivers, move your truck out of the pump when you are not using it. Anyway, they keep changing my schedule. They're moving my time, so I need to get out of here and over there by 10:55. I got, 20 minutes. So if this guy don't come on, man, I got to go. I got to use the bathroom. I need a bottle of water. I got to go. But drop this one. I just got an email, weirdly enough, that said that they canceled a load. And when I looked at it, it wasn't canceled. It was still there, picking up and we're dropping off this load, 2,300 pounds. It's, God knows it, man. I love the weight over here. I will say that. But dropping this off, picking up empty, taking it to Garner, which is not out of the way from going home. It's, it's a different route to go home, but it ain't really out of the way. The only thing out of the way is actually having to pull over into Amazon, stop, get it done, so you might lose 30 minutes on your trip. But we got enough time on the clock once we get there to be gone, and that's that. So hopefully this guy come move his truck, we hit the road, and we'll see y'all when we get done at Garner, man. Okay, so yeah, I'm driving, but I'm just in one of these little industrial complexes. I just want to say this. When they changed my times for me to be here, I was almost 2 hours. I was about an hour and a half, probably a little more than that, ahead of schedule. And I kept getting email after email saying, update, check the update, check the update. So we checked the updates, and it had me getting here at 10:55, Now, when I went to go get fuel a while ago, that dude that wouldn't get out of the way hadn't even pumped his fuel yet. He said, oh, I had to use the bathroom. So in response, I say, why didn't you go use the bathroom and then come to the pump? Then he proceeds to stand in his truck for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and I'm blowing the horn at him, city horn, because I don't want to run everybody off the whole time. And he never acknowledged it. He just finally stepped out and he pumps, I think, 6 gallons of depth. Come on, man. So I looked at the clock and I knew I had to be here at 10:55. Well, the problem with it is a couple things. One, by the time I got my receipt and got out of there, it was 10:49. And what I say, I was 5 minutes away. This road I'm on now has a 35-mile-an-hour speed limit. Let's just say we got here on time. It was 10:54 when I geo-fenced in, and it was 10:56 before I got checked in. So I made it, and I wasn't late. I confirmed it with the guy on the TV or whatever it is, at the intercom at the guard shack. Was I on time? Geo-fenced. He said, yeah, you got here at 10:54. That's on time. Now I've got about an hour and 37 minutes total left on my clock. It's about an hour to get there with no traffic. In Raleigh, North Carolina, nonetheless, to get through Durham and Cary and then Raleigh out to Garner. You know, those who don't know what Raleigh is, it's our capital city, okay? Everybody's heard of Charlotte and Raleigh, but Charlotte, Raleigh, throw a dart, one sucks just as bad as the other to drive through. So now we are going to literally run the clock down to the wire, hoping we can get there in time so I don't have to stop and pull over and take a 30-minute break until after I'm done. So, you know, here goes nothing. I'm supposed to be there at 12:48 and going at RDU1. GPS is showing 12:10. That's a pretty accurate thing, as long as traffic's not so bad. But again, it's 11 o'clock on Monday. Everybody should be at work. But, you know, luckily for me, by the time I get up there, it'll be lunch break. And I'm liable to get stuck. That's the luck I had. I can't have a really good run like I've had. Everything is going smooth, traffic and otherwise. It's going really smooth. Only to get up here and have Amazon start. I don't know. Somebody leave me a comment down below that's done all this before. Do they change the times to a certain aspect of wanting you to fail? Because that's what it seemed like they wanted me to do. Like we don't want you to be on time. Because the better your grade is, the better the rates have to be. Which, let's be honest, are they all that great? Not on the low board. This one pays out pretty good. So, you know, I'm getting $2.59 a mile for 829 miles. Do the math on it. You got a calculator, do it. You know, that's a pretty good run for me for, you know, a day and a half. You know, I'll be home by probably 3 o'clock this afternoon. But anyway, we're coming up on the stoplight. I just want to drop that in there that Amazon, I feel like Amazon's trying to squeeze me on my grade, you know, and it doesn't really seem right. But, you know, we're going to hit this red light running, man. We're going to jump on I-40 East right here. We're going to take off, man. Go to Garner, and then we headed to the house.
When life shows an open door, come on, step through. A chance like the purest gold. Come on. When life is an open road, you know you should ride.
New subscriber. We got us a new subscriber, y'all. Say what's up, my man. All right, so a couple things. One, where this box was supposed to go, 651. I ended up putting it at 733 because it was full. This guy back here wanted to see the channel. What you filming? He says. Well, where do you post it? He said. But I got to get a 30-minute break while I'm here. Here's what happened a while ago. My man Melvin sent me a text message saying bobtail with a couple strong arms on it because he thought he bobtailed it. But what ended up happening was they put a timestamp where they changed it to 10:55 down in Graham. They also changed my pickup to 10:56. Wait a minute. How can I be at one place at 10:55, drop and be able to pick up to get that one checked in 60 seconds? It literally doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I'm probably going to have to dispute this. It's still in my trips page right now. We're done with the tour. We're done with the tour, but it almost seems like Amazon wants me to fail. And let me know in the comments if anybody else. I'm backing up. Not sorry. Because I got to get my brake in, so I'm just going to back over here in the cut. But if you've had this happen to you, let me know in the comments what the plan of action was as far as how to handle this tardiness thing. I wasn't tardy. One, I was 2 hours ahead of schedule. You canceled it. You changed the timestamps. Excuse me. I did not. I was on time. I went one way this morning, directly from Sparrows Point, Maryland, all the way to Graham, North Carolina. I had to stop to get fuel. Yeah, I got a bunch of emails. But at what point does somebody at Amazon say, hey, these guys can't check emails and text? Like, you can't do these things while you're on the road. It's lawless and illegal and just unsafe. Are we on the phone? Yeah, sure you peek at your phone. Sure you do things with the phone. But you don't do them in an unsafe way as far as when they send you an email, it's in a spreadsheet. It's about yay big. And then you got to zoom in. And these things you can't check. So what if somebody says to me when I go to dispute this thing, oh, well, you should have went to RDU 9 before you got fuel. I didn't check my email to see the adjustments to the schedule until I stopped to get fuel. So I'm gonna have to come up with timestamps for everything. I've got, like I said, I was there at 10:54. I can't control what the guard shack does, but I also have timestamps on my fuel receipt, which I'll have to take a picture of and send that in as well. We'll see how this thing turns out. Hopefully it's not an issue and they can see it. I'm about to sit right here in my break and I'm gonna make some notes, some trip notes, and put those in there. Probably put a call into ROC, a call back to ROC to see if I can get their notes in there as well. And we'll just see how it goes, man. But, as far as this tour goes, I know it's a long video. I appreciate you sticking around to the end. If you did, leave a comment down in the bottom. Be more. Let me know you stuck around. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Go subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment. We out of here. Stop right there. Okay, so I made my notes. Put in trip support for ROC to call me back. They called me back and hung up when I answered the phone. In my notes, I basically said, you changed the schedule. This is what you were asking me to do. It's physically impossible. I needed fuel. It's a long drive. Whatever. And when they called me back, I answered, hello. They hung up. I go back and I look at my trips page, and they had fixed it. And they had changed my red clock to a black clock and said that it was an Amazon schedule error, so it took it away. I put in a separate request for a callback under reporting an issue that, issue not listed. ROC called me back. I just want the notes from ROC in my trips page that supports the schedule error on Amazon and the fact that I was not late when I got there. Sorry to interrupt the end of the video. Y'all get out of here.